speaking of female entrepreneurs, after trips and adventure and exploration in South America, Samara Oster found herself on a journey of curiosity and creation, all leading to the birth of Meli Beer.
That's right, Kwani, and this company is revolutionizing the beer industry. Samara, this is such a great concept. Tell us what Meli is.
So Meli is the first beer in America that's brewed using only quinoa as the grain base. So it's a naturally gluten-free alternative to your traditional beer.
What inspired you to start this?
So I was traveling in South America with my family many years ago, and I came across a beer on the menu that said quinoa beer. And it was a beer that was brewed with barley and quinoa. So it wasn't gluten-free.
Okay.
But I was a bit of a health nut, decided to give it a try, and I wasn't a huge beer drinker because a lot of beers for me are too heavy, too malty, a little too bitter, and I really like the taste of this. And I kind of was like, if you could do something like this and make it gluten-free, and make it like more appealing to that audience that's kind of like, I don't know if the hardcore like New England IPA is for me, then you might really be onto something cool. And that's what kind of got the whole thing going.
Brewing with quinoa versus barley is a lot different.
Yes.
What are some of the challenges that you had to work through to get to where you are today?
Yeah, for sure. So it's a teeny tiny seed. Compared to barley, it's probably like 5 times smaller, if not more. And so one of the big challenges is trying to extract the sugars out of it because that's what beer is made of. And the other challenge is we're working on traditional brewing equipment and it's made for this grain that's 5 times bigger than what it is we're brewing with. So we had to be really creative about how we figured out the process so that we could translate it onto commercial machinery without totally clogging the entire system and just like destroying the brewery. This piece of equipment right here is the mash tun. And so we start the process in here. We take all of the quinoa with a lot of hot water, and we mix those all together, and we basically just run the process, boil that quinoa for different periods of time at different temperatures. It's called the mash. So it does take longer. We always say it's a more intensive process, a longer brew day. We do a bunch of different things at this stage. It takes quite a while to move from point A to point B. That's actually like a pretty extensive process. And then we heat it again, which is part of any traditional brew. You boil it. And we also then start to work with hops. And hops give a lot of that flavor.
Amazing. Cheers.
So we generally smell it.
Oh, look, I'm just going to sip it already. Okay, sorry.
I learn it too.
Sorry.
You gotta, it's like a wine, right? You have to look at it.
It is very
light. Color. It is.
Okay.
Yeah. So I feel like there's a fruitiness to it, like almost a tropical fruitiness, and it mellows as it goes in the can.
That's very good. It's very light.
Yeah, super light.
All right, Samara, so we don't taste the gluten, but you gotta be double sure, right?
Yes, for
so you guys are really intentional about all of this.
Yes,
and
we are. We do indeed. 2 red lines means negative, so we are in the clear.
We are in the clear. Look at that. It's safe to drink.
It's safe to drink, less than 10 parts per million, so basically gluten's undetectable, which makes it celiac-safe.
All right, so now gluten tested.
Yes.
They are safe. Now is the canning process.
Now is the canning process. So
and then they go out to people?
They go out to people. So we put them in our refrigerated storage in big pallets that are kind of like as big as these. And then our distributor comes and picks them up, and they start to go into stores and restaurants all over the state.
And where can people get them if they want to get their hands on it themselves?
Yeah, so Trader Joe's, all the Trader Joe's that sell alcohol in the state, you can find it, and select Whole Foods as well. But the best way to do it is if you go to our website, www.drinkmeli.com, you type in your zip code, and then a map will auto-generate all the spots that are near you, and then you can find it.
I love it. Well, thank you so much for showing us around today.
Thank you. It was so much fun.
It was.